dotted lines you see are the outline of the barn of the shop. The batter boards, of course, the outside, that's what squares it up, but this is that's the footprint. And I've got to bring this all up to where those boards are. The whole level has got to be level with those boards. So what I'm doing is I've got a laser setting over there, and this tells me when I'm level, which is right there. So this right here is just about level with those batter boards. If I run a string across here, this would be the highest point. Some of these, that's 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches. So we've got another load of gravel coming. It's muddy. 3 months, dry weather. I'm very grateful. Give me all this time to do stuff, but now that I've started the shop, it's pouring. And we got Hurricane Helen or whatever it is coming up with going to dump a bunch of rain maybe in 2 days. It's rained for the last 3 days ever since we started trying to put this footing down. So I've got 2 loads of rock on here now. 2, 3. I've got 3 loads of rock on here now. Today we spent, Shelly helped me, thankfully, but I moved all of that lumber, cut all of that bank. Cut all of that bank the other day before it rained. Now that's just mud down there. But we moved all that lumber down there. So we've cleared this whole area because now the road's going to have to come around this way, where right there where those sleepers are, and right there where those logs are, and go right there. So right now the shed's okay, but it'll have to come down sooner or later. So we moved the fuel oil over there, diesel fuel, and we may have to do something with these piles too, but for right now they're okay. And we need a construction trailer right there. So I only hit one of the posts, knocked it off. They'd be mad if I'd hit more than that. So now we're going to all that just to be able to clear this area up over here, because now I got to take this whole hill down, which means right where the grade is, where the gravel right here is, that's going to be the grade all the way across. So the garage over there will be the same grade where the gravel is. So all of that dirt is going to get pushed off that way and that way to build a nice big flat area right there. As long as I'm making a mess, we need to go ahead and make a big mess. So we're going to start on that. It's getting a little late today. Feels like rain, but we're going to get started playing in the mud. Get her done.
We're in a slave camp here.
In my inmate.
Your inmate clothes. So what you doing, Owen?
I'm digging holes.
Dig them holes.
I think we're digging many large holes for the structure of Miami's new workshop. And if you look, we dug the entire thing. We definitely did not use a big machine to dig it.
That's funny. I seem to have a bunch of video of an auger.
Well, you see, I got my winter hat on. It's 30 something outside. It's a little nippy. So this is an update on my shop. I can't wait to have my shop. It's going to be so nice to pull things in here and work on them with my tools right there and a nice heated floor. So this shop is 36 feet wide and 72 feet long. People go, oh, it's so big. You know what? If you start getting a truck and a tractor, the first 24 feet will be a wood shop. So that'll take quite a bit. You got parts rooms. You got all kinds of stuff. There's not much. It's not as big as you think it is. It looks big right now. So far we have poured all of the piers. So I think there's 24 of them. And then on each of these piers, we have these custom-made brackets. And in these custom-made brackets go these custom-made posts. These posts are 2x6 pine on the outside, and there's in between is sandwiched a 2x6 poplar trees from those poplars we cut down a couple of months ago and cut up on the sawmill. So this is all wood from our sawmill. So these are cut to a specific size. They will go in, tomorrow we'll start building the walls. So the walls will be in 2 different sections. We'll lay them down inside the barn, we'll build them, and then we'll stand them up. They'll be 16 feet high. And you want a rock? Here it goes. Oh, throws a rock. Bring a rock, throw the rock. So we'll stand the walls up, put them up. Hopefully trusses will be here. We got 36-foot wide trusses. Those are the A-frame pieces, if you don't know what those are, that the roof sit on. Those will come tomorrow or the next day. I've cleared a space right over there for them. So we're making progress. Last week we were able to finally dig in the pipe for the heat. This pipe right here is 2 1-inch PEX tubes inside insulation, inside a cover that we buried all the way over to the boiler. If you haven't seen that video about the boiler getting installed, it's working great, by the way, in the house. So that pipe is up here. That pipe will come up right into the corner. That's where the manifold will be. So once we get the roof on and once we get the walls stabilized, then we'll come in and we'll add in 2 inches. We'll flatten this area out completely so it's completely flat. Then we'll add 2 inches of foam board insulation to keep the heat inside. On top of the foam board goes wire and then rebar, steel rebar, and then on top of the rebar we will tie 1/2-inch PEX piping, and it'll weave all the way around the floor. Then we'll pour 5 inches of concrete on top of that, and that's what will keep everything nice and toasty in the winter. So I'm hoping that we get this done enough to pour this concrete this year. If it gets too cold, we won't be able to pour the concrete till next spring. That would be a major bummer not to be able to have my shop this winter to work in. So I'm trying to push these guys to help me get this going, so we can get it started. So there you go, Mo. Chase the rock. As always, really appreciate y'all watching, and subscribe, hit the button, get notifications, and we'll let you know when the dog barks.